beyond capacity. We have housed more dogs than the number of kennels in our buildings. We have stretched our staff to the limits. We have made plea after plea to the community for help. And after many days of double-digit intakes, today we started the day with 87 more dogs, 87 dogs beyond our capacity. In fact, we are now operating in an emergency capacity and have even repurposed one of our cat adoption rooms for dogs in order to save lives. Facing this challenge, shelters across the nation have been facing this challenge of more dogs coming into the shelter than leaving. I am so proud to say that during the past 8 months, thanks to the incredible work of our staff and volunteers, fosters, donors, and adopters, we have been able to make it through this time without euthanizing dogs for kennel space. But now, we are at a breaking point. We are at this breaking point at the beginning of a season celebrated by many. This season of gathering together in celebration and giving to those most in need. Families have already stepped up in this spirit and welcomed a dog into their home for the holidays. And in doing so, they are able to celebrate the fact that they have saved a life. In the spirit of this season, I would like to make a plea to those who celebrate. Imagine if each congregation or community or neighborhood in Williamson County came together to help one dog. A group of individuals dedicated to life-saving, the greatest gift in this state of crisis. If we all join together in this way, all the lives at the shelter can be saved. One of our values at the Williamson County Regional Animal Shelter is service. That is what has led us to choose to serve our community and choose to stay open to help the lost dogs and cats. The need in Central Texas is high, and the only way we can overcome this difficult time is with everyone's help. In order to continue serving the public, we have 3 asks. First, we ask that if you find a dog, please help reunite him with his family. You can contact us for resources. You can visit our shelter to get a microchip scanned, but be part of that reunion story. You help them by picking them up. Now they're counting on you to get them home. We ask that only lost dogs and cats who live in our jurisdiction come to our shelter. We know individuals outside of our jurisdiction are coming to us because they want to do what's best for the animal that they found. But serving animals outside of our area puts the animal you are trying to save and the animals we are trying to save at risk for euthanasia. Working together to serve our communities is the only way we can make it through together. If any of you are immediately inspired to come and help, our 3rd ask is to come. We need you. Adopt, foster, volunteer, and if you want to make a difference every day, we're hiring. I know you're tuned in right now because you care. You share the shelter's belief that euthanasia has its place to ease suffering, not to open up kennel space. I am so proud that with the staff, volunteers, fosters, we have been able to uphold that value. I also know that we are tired. After 8 months, the staff is broken and hopeless. But I also know the dogs deserve for us to try to rally for them. None of their eyes have told me that they are ready to give up. And that is why I continue. That is why we continue. And with your help, we can continue together. I'd like to take a moment and invite you in. After a little pause, we're going to meet some of the dogs who are available for adoption and fostering. These are the dogs in our cat adoption room.
But you don't have capacity for why? What's causing the increase right now?
Our biggest increase right now is due to lost animals coming into our shelter. That is the biggest component. And these animals are coming in from our area, our jurisdiction, our animals in need, but we also know that they are coming in from outside our jurisdiction, and that is where we're having struggles.
Losses and strays?
Yes, yes.
What sort of percentage do you have coming in because the dog's owners or the cat's owners?
Our owner surrenders have actually decreased the past couple of days. It is our lost animals that have increased.
Yeah.
There's something on Georgetown City Council, I believe, that was talked about, putting it up to the voters to bring more money in here, create some more space.
Yes.
How are you guys feeling about that becoming a possibility?
You know, we've worked really well with the Georgetown Animal Shelter, and they have helped us in the past when we have been at capacity and they haven't. We would enjoy being partners with them if that worked to the benefit of all the animals involved.
If you don't, I guess I was over on the other side and said that you guys have been no-kill shelter since 2010. What happens now if you get too over capacity? Do you send the animals out? Do you have to start euthanizing?
If we reach a deadlock and we are not getting the animals out in any kind of positive way, whether that's transporting up north or into foster homes or adoptive homes, and we keep getting animals in, the only option we will have is euthanasia.
Since this is happening all across the country, when you send them up north, does that put a problem on them as well, or is it usually just shelters that do have the space?
So the shelters that we're transporting to up north, they have been helping us as much as they can, but they've also been helping their local shelters as well. So they have not been taking as many as they usually do.
Is there a number of animals in here to get to that point of euthanasia? Like, is there like a deadline that you're following right now?
There is no mandate that we have to follow, so we have to assess day by day to see what our kennel capacity is and our physical ability to take care of each animal.
And since we are all around the holidays, you often hear about people coming and adopting as gifts, and then they end up right back here. I guess, what are you expecting? How do you avoid that from happening?
We generally don't see a lot of returns due to gifts. In fact, there's research showing that having an animal being presented as a gift actually strengthens that bond. So we generally don't see that happening at our shelter. We just want to make sure it's a good fit. So we also have gift certificates, so that way that can be presented as the present, and then that individual who gave the gift certificate and the individual receiving the gift certificate can come together to pick out an animal.
I guess can you go through the process of fostering? Like, what do people need to do? How long do they typically have to hold on to these animals?
Sure. Our fostering process is open because we want to be open to the community and having the community come and help us. So right now, you can just stop in to our shelter. We're open every single day from 12 to 6, and it's all about matching the right animal, the right dog for your family. We have an application that you fill out, and then you're on your way. If you want to participate in the Home for the Holidays fostering, that lasts from the start of the foster date, so let's say today, until January 2nd. Okay, very good. Short pause, and then we'll go into our cat adoption room, which is now a dog adoption room.
Thanks for sticking with us on KXAN Live. Will Dupree in the KXAN Live studio. We've just been listening to the director of the Williamson County Regional Animal Shelter talk about the situation they're facing right now. They mentioned that they have turned a cat adoption room into a dog adoption room now based on the number of dogs that they're caring for now. They're saying that they are 87 dogs over capacity, and so what they're asking for, in addition to people wanting to adopt, they should are encouraging people to foster or come there and volunteer to help take care of some of the animals now in the shelter's care. Let's listen in again as the director walks us through the room that is now becoming a makeshift dog shelter at the Williamson County Pet Shelter.
So as you can see, there's kennels all around, but they are empty. We're actually doing really well with our cat adoptions, and we're so grateful to the public for helping with that. And so the dogs have taken over. This is Amelia, and we have Cinnamon, and we have Zoe back here. And I'll let them come out and play for a bit so you can get to know them a little bit more. You want to come out first, baby? I know, Zoe, I'm coming. Come on out. Hi, sweetie. I know. There you go, sweetheart. So now typically the space where the community would be coming in and walking around and checking out all of the cats. Now it's gone to the dogs. Hi, sweetheart. I know. Amelia is the smallest dog here. She is 8 years old. Cinnamon is our very playful brown dog back there. And Cinnamon's 1 year old. Zoe is 2 years old, and he's our big guy right over here. Where you going? Where you going, huh?
There you all see some of the dogs that are available for adoption at this point at the Williamson County Regional Animal Shelter. The shelter director shared just a few moments ago that the shelter is now operating at emergency capacity. What that means is that they have taken in so many dogs, particularly lost or stray dogs, that they've had to convert one of the cat adoption rooms, remove all the cats that would be normally housed in there to make space for new shelters for the dogs that are there available. They're asking people to adopt if they can, to foster as well. What they are also asking is for people, if they find a lost or stray animal, to try to reunite it with its owner, if possible yourself, and not take it to the shelter due to those constrained resources there and limited space that's available. They're also asking people to donate if they can to the shelter as it continues to care for as many animals as possible. And the shelter is also letting us know that euthanasia is not off the table. Right now they're not having to do that, but because of the constraint they're having on time, space, and resources, that option is on the table. So if you'd like to donate or help out, we have information available on our website, kxan.com, and we'll send you there. Thank you all again for watching here this afternoon. I'm Will Dupree in the KXAN Live studio. We'll see you back here another time. Hope you all stay safe and healthy. Take care.